Come to DSW for the shoes, stay for the fun. Because, let's be honest, if shoe shopping isn't fun, are you even doing it right? So go ahead, try something new. Try something different. Good different. Try something that feels like you. You know, the real you. And then definitely brag about it later. Because at DSW, you've got unlimited freedom to play. Find the shoes that get you at prices that get your budget at DSW stores or at DSW.com. Let us surprise you.
Do you have a dark curiosity? Heart Starts Pounding, Horrors, Hauntings, and Mysteries is a weekly podcast hosted by me, Kaylin Moore. Check out Heart Starts Pounding on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
They lean on the bar like it's holding the world, chatting about storms and the news they've unfurled. No hands in the dirt, no boots on the ground, but bless them all, the ones who stand around. So here's to the talkers, the watchers, the crew, the ones with opinions but nothing to do. Raise a glass high, let the cheer rebound, give a round to those who stand around. Their steed, the pints their sword, fighting the battles of what can't be ignored. They solve the whole world with a sip and a frown, yet never step far from their sacred ground. Oh, they got a wisdom, oh, they got flair, but their feet are...
Your drool is staining my wood. That's what she said. Ronan's head popped up off the bar counter and began to laugh. Nobody made Ronan laugh harder than Ronan. Trying to close up shop at her bar was Saoirse, who couldn't but at least smile as she wiped up the drool from one of her most consistent customers. Not laughing next to Ronan was Patrick, who was a resident curmudgeon of the pub. That doesn't make no sense, you idiot. She hasn't got wood. She's a woman. Thank you, Patrick. You just earned yourself one on the house. Aye, Ronan exclaimed. Paddy gets a freebie while I'm stuck here with the same bloody warm beer as an hour ago. Well, maybe you should have been nicer, and then I would have given you one. That's what she said. Ronan said, bursting his belly with giggles. That wasn't funny the first 100 times you said it, Ronan. Find a new bloody joke, would you? Saoirse handed Ronan a napkin to wipe off his mouth. Ronan, if you took care of yourself once in a while, you might actually meet yourself a girl. Saoirse, if that's a proposition, consider me interested, love. I've always taken a shine to you. Saoirse yanked back her napkin. I'd rather make it with me horse. Laughing from nearby was the elder patron of this bar, Dara. He was missing a couple of teeth, but that didn't stop him from being a pleasant fellow, who mostly kept to himself. Unless you got too close to him, in which case he would regale you with tales of his homeland of Northern Ireland. At least me horse has class. What do you have, Ronan? Look at that shirt, mate. How many pennies did that cost you? Dara was eating this up from nearby. Did you sew it yourself with shoelaces? Dara was laughing harder and harder, now holding his chest in pain. Patrick jumped on. Ro, did your pants come with that smell or did you custom make the shit yourself? Dara fell off his stool. Everyone acted accordingly, as this was typically the alarm used to signal it was time to close up shop for the night. Patrick called Dara a no-good something or other, and then helped him up from the floor as Ronan, who was walking in a wobbly line, told Dara to get himself together. Saoirse clapped twice and said the classic, "You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here." Ronan countered with, "You heard the lady. It's time for the wankers to scuttle to their shanties." You too, Ronan. That diaper won't change itself. Saoirse waved them all out one by one until the four of them were standing outside of her pub. The three drunks started to sing a halfway incoherent tune as she mimed kicking them away with her steel-tipped boots. They acquiesced, heading off down the quiet street, which was being polluted by their obnoxiously loud vocals, mostly from Ronan. Saoirse headed back inside and began to clean up. Typically, this was her favourite moment of the evening. After another job well done, she enjoyed the solitude that came with the clean. Some sweeping, followed by a cigarette, and then, most importantly, the selection of a song from her jukebox to cap off the night. What to pick? What made the mood? She was feeling something classical. That much was given, but who? Who would keep her company until the sun rose during her walk home? She was zeroing in on one, right as her fingers were about to hit play. "May I make a suggestion, miss?" Saoirse spun around, clutching her chest. "Excuse me," she told this mysterious man. "We're closed." He stood just outside the door, holding a guitar and a smile. "Oh, I apologise. I mean no harm, miss. You just happened to be standing there looking for a song, and I thought maybe you'd indulge me. You never know if it's good till you play it for someone." His smile and guitar became more pronounced. Saoirse didn't seem charmed. She walked over cautiously and told him to please back up a couple of steps. He obliged, holding his hands up in accordance. She thanked him and then closed the door, locking it shut. As she turned to walk away, the song began to play from outside her door. Saoirse listened for a moment and then walked over to the window to watch this mysterious man stand on the lip of the sidewalk against the street, playing his guitar and singing his song in the middle of the night, just for her.
The air's thick with whispers, the bar hums low, my strings hum softer where the lanterns glow. The cobbles gleam like polished stone, but my heart beats loud for you alone. Oh, look my way, just once, just stay under the lantern glow where shadows dance. Give me the chance to let this longing show.
It's a beautiful tune, haunting but honest and tender all at once. It hits all of her spots. She's nearly in tears by the time it concludes. It doesn't hurt that he happens to be a handsome man, beyond handsome, sculpted and curated by a mix of adolescent crushes that seem to converge into something resembling an Adonis grifter. She opens the door, knowing that the tear on her cheek is visible, to ask him, "Does it have a name?" "Do you?" he asks. "Saoirse." "Saoirse? Ah, yeah, that'll do just fine." "So, mystery man," she said, "this how you get on? Wandering the roads late at night, singing for lonely bartenders?" He swung the guitar around his back. His charm must have been keeping him warm, because the light jacket wouldn't do much good in this winter weather. Neither would the ripped jeans or the open-toed sandals. All things considered, he looked clean, she thought, trying to calculate the math of the mysterious man whose eyes were making her the prize. "Well," he started, "they ain't always lonely, but a song sung just for them will usually help. I'd sound much better inside. The warmth really brings out me words. Now what kind of lady would I be if I let some stranger into my bar at 2 a.m? Whether I'm in there or out here, miss, you're the prettiest thing I've ever seen. That hair, that how you stay warm then, that fire just above your eyes, I could see it burning for miles." She appreciated his flirtation and couldn't help but continue the ping-ponging banter. "No," she told him, "I got fellas to keep me warm. Good night, mysterious man." Saoirse shut the door and locked it. She could hear him singing as he walked away. His words seemed to slide under her door and glide across the walls as if it had invaded her jukebox. She was blushing. It felt good to blush. She looked for a new song, but none of them seemed worthy now. Instead, she lit a cigarette and sat at her bar, wondering what could have been.
Whispers your name. Oh, look my way, just once, just stay under the lantern glow where shadows dance. Give me the chance to let this longing show. Does the fiddle cry out clearer when hearts are bare? Do you feel my song like a breeze in your hair? Or am I just a ghost, a fleeting tune, fading too soon, fading too soon?
DSW, birthplace of the humble brag. Here, the shoes are so good, no one would ever know how little you paid, if you didn't go telling everyone, that is. And with never-ending options for every style, mood, and occasion, all at really great prices, we'll definitely give you something to brag about. So go ahead, stock up on fresh sneakers from your favorite brands, or try those boots you always secretly knew you could pull off. Find the shoes that get you, at prices that get your budget, at DSW stores or at DSW.com. Let us surprise you.
Go behind the scenes of one of TV's most watched true crime series with the 48 Hours Postmortem podcast, where correspondents and producers take you inside each case. Every Monday, listen to a new episode of 48 Hours, and then join me, 48 Hours correspondent Anne-Marie Green, every Tuesday for a new episode of Postmortem. Follow and listen to 48 Hours on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
The following day felt like most of her following days. She lived a simple life and had no qualms with its repetition or simplicity. Waking up in the late morning or, if she's being honest, the early afternoon, after a night of tending to the liquid needs of friendly drunks who frequented her establishment. It was a nice life. Sometimes people use the word nice in a not nice way, and it bothers Saoirse. That scratch of condescension. As if nice was boring. She liked nice. Nice suited her just fine. This particular early afternoon wake-up felt a tad different, though. That fella from last night. She couldn't get him out of her head. Today was Thursday, which meant a slight uptick in clientele. Not just the population, but also the depth of their pockets. The Ronans and the Patricks and the Daras would have to blend in as opposed to stick out. That's what happens when the couples stop by. All of a sudden, your loneliness shines a little brighter. The fish and chips at Saoirse's bar had gained a reputation as being one of the better places. There was an authenticity to this cliché meal which separated her from the pack of pretenders across the city. Afternoons were for eating, moderate decibel level conversations, catching up. Night was when the person you'd been keeping tucked away all week jumped out of the shadows and came to life. It was almost 6 and the bar was much quieter than normal. Minus a couple well-worn stragglers, Saoirse couldn't help but worry that business had been slacking this week. Getting by was never much of a concern for her. She didn't need a robust bank account. Or a robust anything. But the past couple of days had seen a fairly sharp decline in patrons. Finally, she thought, one of my most dependable, Ronan. What you waiting for, Ro? You need a cane to help you walk to your stool? The couple people who knew Ronan and his banter with Saoirse laughed, but Ronan did not. He just stood in the doorway with a slight smile. Aye, I never come into a lady's home without being invited. That's just proper manners, love. Since when do you have proper manners, Ronan? Aren't you the same fella that shit yourself last night and then told me that the smell was my socks? They built me a grave. I turned it into a throne. Who's that you're quoting? Why don't you invite me in, love, and I'll tell you about it. She stared at him for a moment longer while refilling Maeve's glass of white wine. As she started to open her mouth, Maeve grabbed her hand. Don't. Saoirse looked at Maeve. What's that, Mae? Don't let him in. The conviction on Maeve's face, she had never seen that look before. It was enough to make her overfill the pour and then curse herself for wasting wine. She apologised to Maeve and then got her a new glass. When she looked back up toward the doorway, Ronan was gone. What's the hold-up, Con? Breed's been waiting 20 minutes for her food. Standing against the tiny kitchen counter, staring down at the deep fryer was Con. Con had been cooking in this kitchen since the days that the bar belonged to Saoirse's father. Every year he joked it would be his last at the bar so he can retire to a tropical island. But she knew that retirement was many moons away. He loved his job too much. He loved the people too much. He loved her too much. Old in number, young at heart. Today, however, he didn't look the part and his cough sounded like a blender filled with nails. Will you get a bloody check-up, Con? That cough will be the death of me before it's you. I'm fine, he said, followed by another horrendous cough filled with mucus and phlegm. Will you go get some damn cough drops at least, please? Can't have you spitting whatever you've got into these people's chips. How'd you feel if poor Breed died because of your germs? If I get a bloody cough drop, will you let me cook in peace? I will, she told him. Well, all right then. If it'll shut your trap, I'll go to Jim's for a cough drop. Well, don't do me no favours, Con. I mean, you look like something that just overflew from the toilet. I don't want to be catching whatever it is you've got. Look at that mug of yours. Good Lord. Con tried to laugh, but all he could do was smile as he opened the back door. She asked him repeatedly if he was okay. He gave her his standard stubborn nod and then kept walking down the dark alley. When she turned to go toward the back entrance, she saw it. Gently stroking his guitar as he stood against the wall between her bar and the abandoned store across the alley. As soon as they locked eyes, she forgot about Con. She forgot about everything. He spoke to her through a gentle breeze, never stopping the escalation of his subtle tune. Sorry, miss. Didn't mean to frighten you. No fright, she told him. Just a little troublesome. We keep running into each other like this. Aye, I do apologise for my spontaneity. The night just suits me, you know. Would it be all right if I played you a quick one? It ain't alive until someone hears it. She took a quick pause and said, All right then, make it quick.
The moon drapes low a silver thread, whispers we where dreams are bred. A lullaby of stars they sigh, and the night sleeps through your soft eyes. Through your soft eyes, the dark turns mild. Through your soft eyes, the hours beguile. No tempest stirs, no shadow flies, when the night sleeps through your soft eyes.
Saoirse let the words of his song softly spin her around until he finishes. What do you think? She wasn't thinking anything when he asked. All she did was try not to faint, using the wall as her support. Having spent many nights trying to navigate the male gaze, most of which were unwanted, she had considerable experience trying not to give the wrong impression. She snapped back too, and told him what came to her wandering mind. Not bad, but last night was better. He smiled. Ain't that just it, though? We never quite get it as good as the first one. Don't you think, miss? There was something about the weight of his words when he spoke. She felt woozy. It would take her a moment or two to regain her balance and counter his flirtatious nature. I gotta keep my bar afloat. You keep on playing. Maybe I'll give you one on the house. It wasn't so much that she walked inside, more that she floated, closing the door behind her, smiling once she was out of his sight, returning to the bar with a little extra glow. How much longer do you think, love? Breed was sitting with her husband, Owen, looking hungry. Shouldn't be long. Con just had to run out for a minute. She was losing track of time because she kept thinking about him, his songs. Before she knew it, Con had been gone nearly half an hour. She walked back towards the door. Her intention was to open it, but when she wrapped her hand around the handle, she thought better and kept it shut. What was keeping Con so long? Impatience would drive hungry customers away, soon. For the lovely elder couples who wouldn't get their favourite local cuisine, Saoirse had to at least make the disappointment easier to swallow with a lager or pint of their favourite tap. It helped, But after the glass ran dry, they said their goodbyes and head on out. The bar was drying up quickly without fish and chips as an option. Dara was inside, sitting at his usual stool, being his usual quiet self. He'd be more lively after a round, or 5. Saoirse escorted Breed and Owen toward the exit, apologising. When they stepped out, they all saw him, softly playing his guitar. Now he had a friend, Ronan. He was singing.
The winter winds, they bite, they hum, a tune that chills a distant drum. Across the waves, our boats do glide. No tether holds no place to bide. Oh, winter winds, you carry me from bank to bank, from sea to sea. We drift, we roam, yet still alone, forever searching for a home.
Breed and Owen clapped. Saoirse couldn't help herself. I was wondering what that sound was. Thought it was a cat giving birth. Should have known it was Ronan trying to carry a tune. Ronan smiled and said, "Well, until you invite me inside, love, I'm gonna let the night tuck me in." As she turned around to head back into the bar, she told him, "I hope the stars put out, Ro." The door started to softly shut until Maeve pulled it tight, making a loud bang. "What's the matter, May?" "Don't let them in." Maeve was shaking as her brittle arms clamped down onto the door handle, keeping it shut. "Did they do something to you, May? What happened, love? Are you all right?" "They're sick. Keep 'em out. Whatever you do, keep 'em out." There was another knock, coming from the back door this time. They both turned. By this point, the only people in the bar were Saoirse, Maeve and Dara, who could barely keep his head up. She took a step toward the back until Maeve grabbed her arm and she shook her head. "No." "Saoirse, it's Con. Let me in, love." "Got your damn cough drops. I'm feeling better already." Saoirse started to walk over there again, but Maeve held her arm tight. "Let go of me, May, please." "Saoirse, please, no." Saoirse didn't understand. She'd never seen Maeve so upset before. "Why don't you come with me, love? I won't open the door if it'll make you feel better." May cautiously followed Saoirse toward the back door as Con continued to knock. "Those fish ain't gonna serve themselves, love. Come on already, before people leave." Maeve motioned for Saoirse to stop and put a finger up to her own mouth. She spoke. "Con, why do you need to be let in? Door's open, hun." Maeve was right. The back door was open. Saoirse stood there next to her, confused. Not so much as a rattle of the door handle. Con just stood outside, speaking to them. "Quit messing around, girls. Let me in. I gotta cook." Saoirse's suspicion went from non-existent to rampant. She seconded Maeve's question. "The door is open, Con." They both stared at the door handle, waiting for it to turn, but it never did. "Abhartach!" Saoirse and Maeve clutched their chests in terror, turning around to see Dara standing there. "Jesus, Mary and Holy Saint Joseph! What the hell is the matter with you, Dara?" Dara raised his green cap and then pulled both women back into the main floor space. Once they were away from both doors, he began to explain.
Holiday PSA from DSW. This is your reminder that shoes are a gift, literally. So unwrap something good, like boots that inspire your next big adventure, or cozy slippers that give you an excuse to stay in, or sneakers that feel like pure joy. Because shoes aren't just shoes, they're exactly what you wanted. Let us surprise you so you can surprise them. Find shoes that get you and everyone on your list at prices that get your budget. At DSW stores or DSW.com.
Go behind the scenes of one of TV's most watched true crime series with the 48 Hours Postmortem Podcast, where correspondents and producers take you inside each case. Every Monday, listen to a new episode of 48 Hours, and then join me, 48 Hours correspondent Anne-Marie Green, every Tuesday for a new episode of Postmortem. Follow and listen to 48 Hours on the free Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Ain't your mother ever tell you about Abhartach? What now? Saoirse said. Dara stepped closer. He didn't smell great from any section of his body, which made this bit of information even tougher to stomach. Abhartach was a cruel and powerful ruler, said to be a deformed man with great magical powers. Dabbling in black magic, the people were terrified of him. Eventually, he was killed by a chieftain and buried standing up. But he came back, demanding bowls of blood from the wrists of his former subjects to sustain his undead life. He was killed again and reburied, but returned once more demanding more blood. Eventually, a druid advised the chieftain that Abhartach wasn't truly alive or dead. To kill him for good, they needed a sword made of yew wood, a tree associated with death, and they had to bury him upside down, surround the grave with thorns, and place a heavy stone slab on top to trap his spirit. Only then would Abhartach stay buried. Saoirse let that hang for a second before telling him, "All right, Dara, you're cut off. No more beer." Maeve stopped her from moving. "He's right, love. That's why they can't come in. That's why you only see him at night." "You're both crazy. What are you telling me? That he's a bloody..." Another song began to play outside of the bar. It was just as soothing as the others, but this time there were additional voices. All three of them walked over to the window and looked outside. They could see him singing and playing his guitar. But there were others there too, singing along and slowly dancing behind him.
Shared blood, shared stone, a heart that whispers you're not alone. From cradle to shadow, the tide won't part. Shared blood, shared stone, one beating heart. The wind, it carries an ancient hymn, soft as a secret, sharp as sin. The hills still hum with voices past, their echoes carved to make us last. Shared blood, shared stone, a heart that whispers you're not alone. From cradle to shadow, the tide won't part. Shared blood, shared stone, one beating heart.
Saoirse tried to make sense of the moment. She asked, "You sure they can't come in?" Dara and Maeve nodded. Saoirse walked over to the front door and opened it. He was sitting on a small wooden box, gently strumming his guitar. For this song he did not sing, but instead let those around him carry the words of his melody. When it finally ends, the people who had been singing start to emerge from the shadows. Ronan, Con, Owen, Breed, Patrick. Their eyes glare with a red tint that seems to sparkle in the middle as he spoke towards Saoirse. Not as good as the first one. What's your name then? She asked sharply. Well, I suppose they introduced me to you, but you can always call me Abby. I don't care much for the full name. Was never a fan, you know. Besides, it's just a name, isn't it? Name don't make a man. Saoirse stared at the others who seemed to hover around his perimeter, including Con. Con! You all right? Oh, sweetheart, I've never been better. Did you hear my voice just then? I must have been 20 years younger. Bloody cough is gone. Why don't you come on out here? Play a little song with us. Saoirse was trying to keep herself composed. Whatever lunacy had become reality now had control of her oldest friend. Someone who had helped keep this bar afloat with her father before her. And now he was no longer that man. He was no longer that old friend. He was... We don't mean you no harm, miss. That's so. You don't mean us no harm. He stood up. All the fairy tales got it wrong, miss. They want to make you afraid of the night, but that ain't how it should be. It's so beautiful out here. All the colours merge as one, blending together to make one beautiful black sky. All your pain, the pain you can see, the pain you can feel, none of that matters when you sing to the night. He looked up and smiled. I can hear you, miss. Even when I close my eyes, I can hear your song. He opened his eyes and took another step closer. You know what's inside that bar, miss? It's the same thing inside that house of yours. Nothing. Just a long road to an empty tunnel. But out here, we can make such beautiful music. He extended his hand. She looked at it and then warned. I'm gonna call the police. You got 1 minute to clear out, you hear me? 1 minute. Saoirse started to close her door until she realised that Dara was walking past her. Dara, what are you doing? Saoirse was yelling from the entryway as Maeve held on to her, careful not to let her cross the line outside. Dara took a couple more steps and then stopped, turning behind him to stare at the women he was leaving behind. I'm sorry, love. I'm just not ready to fade away. Saoirse screamed for Dara one more time until Maeve shut the door hard. His screams could be heard, followed by silence. Saoirse slid against the wall, burying her shell-shocked face into her hands, trying to stay sane. There was a tiny tap on the door. It was his voice. Miss, if you come outside and play, we'll let your friend walk away. Maeve banged the door and shouted, Blow it out your arse, Abhartach! It's not goodbye, it's just catch you later. Silence took control of the air until the jukebox started playing a song by itself. It was so familiar. The voice, she thought, the voice in that song. It sounded just like her.
The wind cuts through the heather plain. A whisper calls a ghostly strain. I met you there where shadows lay. The sun had fled, the skies turned grey.
Oh love, you're a curse, a thorn, a flame. You burn the heart, but I love you the same. Each tear that falls a price to pay. Oh love, cruel love, I'm yours anyway.
The tide it pulled, the shore did weep. Your voice a hymn, it haunts my sleep. We danced where graves met, the willows sway. Our joy a debt that time won't delay.
The night is long, the stars are few.
Still I lose myself in the dark for you.
Oh love, you're a curse, a thorn, a flame. You burn the heart, but I'd love you the same. Each tear that falls a price to pay. Oh love, cruel love, I'm yours anyway. Like frost on blooms, you chill, you bind a tethered soul, a fractured mind. Yet in the wreckage there's something pure, a jagged truth I can't ignore.
DSW, birthplace of the humble brag. Here, the shoes are so good, no one would ever know how little you paid. If you didn't go telling everyone, that is. And with never-ending options for every style, mood, and occasion, all at really great prices, we'll definitely give you something to brag about. So go ahead, stock up on fresh sneakers from your favorite brands, or try those boots you always secretly knew you could pull off. Find the shoes that get you, at prices that get your budget, at DSW stores or at DSW.com. Let us surprise you.